Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Thank you for tuning into my channel. My name is Clearly Stated, and you are tuned into Vibrating Minds. I want to go back on to the topic I finished my last video on today about relationships. And how people are just, they're all over the place when it comes to relationships. They're in one after the other, after the other, after the other, and they can't seem to hold on to anything under any circumstance or any level. And I'm going to say what I need to say about this because I do think it's critically important. The reason why we jump from relationship to relationship is because we don't want to take the time to get to know ourselves before we get into another partnership. We don't take the time to look at the previous relationship to see what went wrong and what was it within that relationship breakdown that you want to make sure you don't do over again. So because you don't take the time to do that, and you don't take the time to get to know who you are as a human being evolved from that relationship, you'll either grow from it or you'll regress, and you'll just keep going back to the same types of people in the same toxic environment. And the reason why you remain in a toxic environment is because you don't really think that you're worthy of more than what you're in right now. I can't tell you enough. I'm speaking to every one of you out there right now. If you don't feel like you're worthy of more than the toxic relationship you're in right now, it's time that you really take a step back and evaluate your life circumstances and everything around you. This might be the step of either regression or growth, and it's entirely up to you which direction you want to go with it. So you can choose to remain in this toxic, never-ending toxicity of a relationship, because once it's toxic, it's going to stay toxic. And if there's anybody that's been in a toxic relationship that managed to work out the toxicity with that person or their human being, whoever that person is, and it's worked out for you, I guarantee you it's because the both of you has gotten some sort of a help of sorts, had to be through therapy and whatnot to get out of that toxicity. Because if you don't get the necessary help and you don't understand the worth of what it is that you are asking for in a relationship, as well as you don't understand what you bring to the table, then you're going to continuously keep going around in circles with your relationship toxicity. So, leaving one and going into another, and if this is your pattern in your cycle, you need to make sure that whenever you're jumping into another relationship, you make sure that you put that out there, put it out, right? Say, I've done this a few times. I've been in and out, in and out. It's not. Then at least you're giving the other person the opportunity to really just gauge, right? So be honest with yourself and what it is that you're expecting from the relationship, as well as what it is that you're bringing to the table. You have to understand what it is that you bring to the table if you want to be in any type of relationship. And if you're saying that you're a really, really good person, then you need to have actions behind that. And I don't mean actions in the sense of, do you know what I did for you? Do you remember when I did this for you? Do you remember when I did that for you? No, that's not at all what I mean when I say actions. I mean, if you really have a sense of wellness as a human being and who you are, and you understand what it is that you bring to the table, you're just not going to settle. So you'll remain alone until, if and when, because it is an if and when in this day and age, if and when a relationship's to be, it's going to be. Just let nature do what it has to do. It'll bring the right people in your path when it's time. But meanwhile, you need to understand you and who you are as a human being and what it is that you're going to bring to the relationship. If all you have to offer is your movie star body, I'm sure anybody that's in a relationship with you for a certain amount of time will recognize that that's all you have to offer. And there are people out there that that's okay, that's what they want. And if that's what they want, then all power to you. I've got no issues with what choices that you make. I just want you to be real with who you are as a human being, to understand what it is that you bring to the table, and be honest with the people that you're meeting. So once you learn to spend time with yourself and understand who you are as a human being, understand your character, be real with what it is that you bring, not only use words but actions, then you know what? At least you know that you're going to aim for a relationship fully aware and being honest, right? Honesty is always the key in any aspect of life, no matter what. And if you're not honest, eventually the truth will come out. And it'll either make or break a relationship. And 3/4 of the time, if you haven't been truthful from the beginning, usually those relationships don't end well. So being truthful with yourself first and foremost will allow you to be truthful with your future partner, whoever that might be. So don't expect anything from anybody that you're not willing to give. Don't ask anything of anybody else that you're not willing to do. And if you understand your own worth, then you'll understand the worth of somebody else. And your purpose in that relationship is to elevate your partner to the best of their being. And your partner's job is to elevate you. And if there's anything less than elevation happening, it's not good. If you don't have a partner that's willing to encourage you, to focus on your dreams and focus on the things that bring you joy, it's not good. And if your partner knows you enough after a certain amount of time of being with you, they'll know what character traits need work on, right? Because we, as strong as we are, we can also be really weak also, right? And because we're not strong everywhere. So wherever it is that you're weak, if your partner recognizes your weaknesses and can help you focus on those and build them to bring out all your other strengths, then perfect, right? It's not about competition. Partnership is not competition. Partnership is building. Partnership is encouragement, affection, kindness, patience. And no, let's be realistic. The world does have those really toxic partnerships that playfully work. But there aren't many left of those. No, that's the truth. There aren't many left of those. Okay. Subject for another day. Your relationships, you have to know who you are, to know what you're bringing to the table, to know what to expect at the table. Are we eating, filet mignon or sushi or jerk chicken or Indian biryani? Whatever. You could go through all the cultures, but you get my drift. Point is that yeah, you gotta know what the ingredients are, to understand the flavor of what it is that you want in a relationship. Thanks for listening. It's got me on another, quest of knowledge and quest of. So thanks again for listening. I'm over my 10-minute mark. I really don't like to go over that 10, but every now and then I will. I appreciate you guys taking the time and the attention to pay attention to what I have to say. If you're resonating with anything that I'm talking about, if any of it, nudges you or whatever, and you have a comment or you want to add a little something, you have a story to tell or whatnot, please put it in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. Meanwhile, I appreciate you taking the time to tune in. My name is Clearly Stated, and you're tuned in to Vibrating Minds. Until next time, take care.